Pastor, amen on that. That was well said. That laid out the stakes that we're at. Thank you all for coming out this morning. What an incredible campaign this has been. We are 48 hours from getting this thing over with. The eyes of the nation are on us. I told a reporter yesterday, I said, this is the last showdown of 2025. This is it, right here, right in our backyard. And as evident, we've got the most powerful room in the country right here this morning. So thank you all for being here. You can always, I knew it was going to be cold, but when I heard Al Gore was going to be campaigning for Afton Burn, then I knew we were going to be under 32 degrees. So every time global warming shows up, it's going to be freezing. So thank you all. There are still plenty of opportunities. I know our team and all the teamwork that has been from the RNC to the NRCC to all the outside groups. We are still going to be making phone calls, knocking on doors today, tomorrow. Anything you can do, tell your friends, text a neighbor, grab your church group, get them out to vote. This is going to be absolutely critical. It's a football weekend. I know we've had our fill. The game is tied, and it will be decided by what we do tomorrow. God bless you for being out here today. Let's get Matt Van Epps elected tomorrow.
Please welcome Mason Foley.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, my name's Mason Foley. I ran in the primary against Matt, and so I've had a unique opportunity to get to know him, support him through this second half of the journey, and I also had the opportunity to work with him in the private sector, and I really realized, that Matt is the champion that we need for the younger generation. We saw that President Trump had young Americans, and young Americans specifically in this district, come out in droves to support him. And Matt needs those young people to support him whenever he is on the ballot tomorrow. And so if your kids are still home for Thanksgiving, make sure that they get out and vote. And if they're thinking about voting for Afton, have them call me. And I'll make sure that they get on the right track. But thank you guys, and let's make sure Matt gets across the finish line.
Please welcome State Representative Gino Bolso.
Good morning, everyone. I have just one Christmas wish for this year, and that is a MAGA Matt mandate. Matt Van Epps is going to win this race with the help of all of you and all of your friends and all of your family. But we need to send a message. Margin is important. We're going to win this race, but we need to give Matt and President Trump the mandate they need to continue to do all the great work that they're doing in Washington, D.C. So if you've already voted, thank you. If you haven't, get out. Get your friends and family out, and let's earn that MAGA Matt mandate. Thank you all very much.
Please welcome State Representative Lee Reeves.
Good morning, Williamson County. Well, if I know one thing about Tennessee on cold mornings, it's we're here for one reason. We're here to work. And tomorrow, we're going to get that job done. We're going to elect Republican Matt Van Epps to Congress. That's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to send an undeniable message that we will stand up for Tennessee conservative values, and we are going to send a message to Washington about what the 7th District stands for. So let's get out to the polls. Let's call 3 neighbors and friends and get them out to the polls, and let's get this done. Thank you for coming out.
Please welcome State Representative Jody Barrett.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Come on, you can do better than that. How are you? Are we going to win tomorrow? Are we going to win big? Are we going to win with Matt? Thank you. That's the spirit we need. That's the energy we need tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent this summer and early fall with some of incredible Republican candidates. We did 25 or more forums together, interviews
all the stuff that you have to do in a short special election primary. And what we said repeatedly on that trail in that primary campaign is that the number one priority for whoever our nominee is, the number one priority, it's to win this seat and hold this seat for the Republican Party. Can I get an amen? No matter who that nominee is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats have done us a huge favor. They have nominated a admitted radical Marxist who believes absolutely everything that you've heard that she said. And she's done us a favor as well, talking about her hatred for Nashville, her hatred for country music. Well, let me tell you something, folks. She doesn't even live in this district. She hates this district too. The one thing that I can tell you as the rural conservative in this race, as much as she wants to talk about Nashville, she hates the rural areas even more. She's never stepped foot in a field. She's never cut tobacco. She's never sat in a deer stand. She's never done the things that rural Tennesseans do and love and care about. She's even told us that prayer makes her uncomfortable. Folks, that's what we live on. Those are the values that we base everything we do in this world. It's all about our faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's why we need Matt Van Epps to win this race, to save this district and save this seat for us. Folks, call your friends, call your family, ride out into the rural areas. If you don't know where it is, call me. I'll take you out and show you some real good places, all right? Thank you for being here. Let's go.
Please welcome Republican National Committee Chairman Joe Gruters.
Hello, Tennessee. Are we ready to win tomorrow? Does everybody love President Donald J. Trump? He's the reason why I'm here. He loves Van Epps. He loves the team. But, you know, I always tell people, I travel around the country. We do a lot of congressional events, and it's almost impossible to get anybody to show up to any event. So on a Monday morning, on the week after Thanksgiving, the fact we have this many people here shows that we have the energy and momentum, and that Van Epps is just one day away from pulling off this victory. I want to give a huge shout out to two people. To your Tennessee chairman, I tell people all the time, Scott Golden is by far one of the best state chairmen in the entire country. He is an absolute star for you guys. Have you guys gotten a lot of mailers at your house? A lot of ads? Good. I also want to give a big shout out to all these primary opponents, because usually in these divided primaries, it's tough. But what this shows you, the fact that all these guys just came up here to stand up here and say, vote tomorrow and get out and vote, it shows you how unified we are as a party. They all deserve a huge round of applause, too, for coming out and supporting the team. Let's do all we can. Let's win this race tomorrow for the president. Let's continue the winning. Thank you.
Please welcome Congressman John Rose.
Good morning. Good to be with you. Wow, this is exciting. It's great always to be in this spectacular venue, but it's especially great to be here supporting Matt Van Epps. We know that tomorrow Matt is going to bring it home. And how do we know that? Because in everything he's done in his life, from his early childhood all the way through to his West Point education and then serving this country as a combat veteran, Matt Van Epps has always delivered, and I think he's going to prove that again tomorrow when he brings home a big victory for the 7th District of Tennessee. Yeah. Matt Van Epps represents everything that we want in a representative going to Congress to represent the great state of Tennessee. And he stands for the values that Republicans are championing all across this country. By contrast, his opponent represents all that's wrong with this country. So we know that Matt Van Epps is going to deliver a victory tomorrow, and I think that we can look back to Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13th, when our president survived a near assassination attempt to say what we all want to say for Matt to do tomorrow. And y'all join with me in doing this. Fight! 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 Go Matt!
Please welcome Congressman Tim Burchett.
Thank y'all for being here. I got up a little early this morning to drive over from beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. Unfortunately, that's where Matt Van Epps' opponent was educated, if you can believe that. A homegrown Marxist. Folks, we got to wake up in this country.
Yeah.
We got to tell this world, dadgummit, we're sick of this garbage. You know, the lunacy that's going on over in Europe, they're not disgusted with it. That group is envious of it. We've got to wake up. We've got to get off our butts tomorrow morning and get to the polls and elect Matt Van Epps. Folks, we are one flu season away from losing the majority. We have 3-person majority, and we will lose it just like that. President Reagan said that you're not going to lose it. You got to be careful. You can lose our democracy in a generation. Folks, we can lose it in one vote series. We are hanging on by a thread. This is our chance to tell America we've had enough of this far-left craziness and everything that this woman represents, because it is not what represents Tennessee. When she said, I don't even like country music, I said, what else is she going to say? I don't like Dale Earnhardt. I don't like Ric Flair. I don't know who this woman is. Folks, we got to wake up.
Come on.
I'm looking back there at that picture of the Marines raising the flag on Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima, and I think about my father who was a World War II Marine in the Pacific. He wasn't on Iwo Jima, but he was on a little island called Peleliu, and then he was on a little island called Okinawa. But to the day my daddy died, when you would wake him up by grabbing his big toe, not by over the top of him, because he might wake up on one of those islands. My mama lost her oldest brother fighting the Nazis in Europe. Folks, let's not let that happen in vain. Let's not throw this thing away. This is our country, dadgummit.
Yeah.
Let's fight for it. Let's take this thing back. Y'all need to quit clapping for politicians, because we just we'll just talk forever. It's like at the Baptist church that you say amen right about that last altar call. You're not beating the Methodist to the scissor. All right? But anyway, I want to remind you of this, that Americans have fought and died for what we have in this country.
Yes.
God has shined His grace upon us. Let's not turn away from God. Let's do the right thing on election day, folks. Let's get our friends out there. This is a ground game right now. It's just who can get the most to the polls, and they'll bring as much dark money, and they'll steal as many votes as they can. But let's put enough points on the board where they can't steal it. Okay? Let's put Matt Van Epps in Congress, like your country depends on it, because dadgummit, it does. Thank y'all very much.
Please welcome Congressman Andy Ogles.
Good morning. Hey, look, I'm going to keep this short. I just want to say we can win this, but that's if we do our jobs. So when you leave here, don't just, hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Willis. But call your friends and encourage them and remind them to vote, because it matters. The week before Thanksgiving, the Friday before, President Trump calls, and he wanted to know if we were doing our jobs. You know, I get this text, and it's, I think, Bridget or something, or Brittany from the White House, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to get totally pranked here. But my phone rings, and it's the president. And I'm thinking, this really, he has my number. He's going to call me, right, from his cell. But as we talked, I heard Natalie in the background. I heard Stephen Miller in the background. We're talking about the things that matter to you. And that's why this is so important, is that as the House of Representatives, we are the closest individuals to your federal government. We are here on this morning to represent you. It matters who wins. It matters who leads. And we're in the community with you right now to say we can save this republic, but only if we do the things that we're supposed to do. Call your friends. It's that simple. We do that, we win. And we send a message to the crazies on the left. This is our country, and we want our country back. Yeah. God bless you.
Please welcome United States Senator Bill Hagerty.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. But the most important place you can be is, frankly, out there getting every one of your friends and neighbors to get out and vote. This is all going to come down to the numbers. And my friends, the Democrats have seen an opportunity here. They're counting on us to slide into the 2nd of December, having enjoyed Thanksgiving, and not thinking that this seat is at risk. You've got national Democrats talking about this race. Gavin Newsom focusing on this race. The message that we can send from here in Tennessee has to be loud and clear.
Yes.
Not only is Tennessee a red state, Tennessee 7 is a red district. And the reputation of our state is on the line.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. It's more than the reputation of our state. Frankly, it's the momentum of our nation. Because if we don't stop this right now, look, they've won a couple of governor's races in a mayoral race in blue cities and blue states. They're trying to turn the narrative into some type of tidal wave. This is the point that we stop them. Right here, we stop them tomorrow from doing that. But we need every one of us out there. We need every one of us out there. This party, I don't even know what you call them anymore. Democrats, socialists, Democrats, whatever they are, they have poured a ton of money into this campaign. More than doubled Matt's fundraising. We've all come to his aid. I think Matt's going to be okay, but it's not just winning. It's winning by a wide enough margin to send a real Tennessee message that we're not going to stand. I want to thank you all for the honor of serving you and representing the greatest state in the nation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for turning out today. And thank you for everything you can do to help send a message back to the rest of this nation. That Tennessee stands tall, Tennessee stands red, Tennessee stands conservative. Thank you, and may God bless. And please get out and vote for that
Please welcome United States Senator Marsha Blackburn.
What a great start to the week. And we are all here because we are for Matt Van Epps for the U.S. House. And tomorrow, he is going to win that election because of you and because of the great work that you are doing. I want to pause for just a second and remind everyone that as we have gone through this first Sunday of Advent, we have been asked as a nation to pray for Andrew Wolf, the National Guardsman who was shot in Washington, D.C. And as we do that, let's remember and pray for all of our men and women in military service. We are grateful for them. This is an important election, and as Senator Hagerty said, you've got Democrats from all over the country that are focused on this race, but you know what? Tomorrow they are going to realize Tennessee is a red state, and Tennessee 7 is a red district, and Tennessee 7 is going to elect Matt Van Epps. And here's the reason why. He has served our nation in the military. And then he took that expertise into business. He took that expertise into serving in Governor Lee's cabinet and running general services and doing it, achieving efficiency and savings for the taxpayer. He has a history of delivering for Tennesseans, and when he goes to Congress, he is going to do it again and deliver for you. And Matt is focused on getting inflation down, getting the cost of living down, making certain health care is more affordable, and fighting crime, and making certain that illegal aliens are deported. He is, and his wild-eyed, self-described radical opponent believes that men can have babies and that boys should be in girls' sports and that you should be able to have transgender surgeries for minors. Plus, she goes out and stalks and follows ICE and the police, live streams it, and brags about it. That is not the type individual that should be representing Tennesseans, and you all are not going to let it happen. So the network of you is the most important network. Everybody grab 5 friends, get them to the polls, take a yard sign, put it in your yard, put it in your car, let people see it, remind them tomorrow, December 2nd, is Election Day in Tennessee 7. We need your votes. Thank you all. Let's elect Matt.
Please welcome Governor Bill Lee.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out here today. You have heard from the strongest leaders in the country, because we live in this region, in this county, in this state, in one of the most important strongholds in America. The whole country knows it. People from all over America are coming here. Companies from all over the world are coming here. And why are they doing so? Because we understand what freedom looks like. We understand what opportunity looks like. We understand what security looks like. And when you see Senator Hagerty, Senator Blackburn, when you see the U.S. Speaker of the House coming into this community to make sure that we do the job that it is that we have been doing for a long time, you should be very proud. And I'm very grateful for those of you that are in this room. As I survey this audience and I think about the last 7 years that I've had the opportunity to lead this state, a lot of the people that are sitting in this room have been the ones that have supported and been there and continued to be there, and when things weren't exactly as they should be, made sure that they were put back on track. You all know who you are, and you've been an incredibly important force in the middle of this community. And right now, it really matters. It really matters that you continue to do what you've been doing, which is make sure that all these leaders that you just got through hearing from, part of the reason they are in the positions you're in, and certainly the reason I'm in the position I'm in, is because of people who care deeply enough to come out in the morning on a Monday, people who care deeply enough to engage with their community and invite their neighbors and friends, people who care about their community and about their country deeply enough to be actively engaged like you are. Thank you for doing that. There's 7 million Tennesseans who are hopeful that people will be engaged in ways that they cannot or do not, because it matters for their state and for their country. In this case, it matters for our country. Matt Van Epps was a young man who, honestly, we found, because of his excellent work when he was at TDOT, and then he became part of the Unified Command Group in our administration, and the COO of the state kind of saw this guy working and said, that is a remarkably exceptional young man. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I learned a long time ago how to surround myself with brilliant people. And when you surround yourself with gifted, talented, brilliant people, your teams will succeed. And I met this Matt Van Epps and said, that guy is a gifted, talented, brilliant person who's already been was leading in the military, then he was leading in TDOT, then he joined our Unified Command Group, was leading there. So he was chosen to be the deputy COO, and then I decided to put him in the cabinet to lead one of the largest components of state government in Tennessee. And he shined in that. And then when he called me up and said, I think I want to run for Congress, I was like, buddy, you just keep right on going, because you have proven yourself as a leader. So you've heard from everybody about why it matters to America. I just want you to know
I know Matt Van Epps, and I know him well, and we've worked together to make this state a better place for the 7 million people that live here. And I'm as proud as I can be of anybody that's going to be in Congress as I am about my friend Matt Van Epps. Thank you for being here to support him. I think we are all aware of how important this is to the country. And if it weren't so important, the Speaker of the House of Representatives wouldn't be here. But he's up next to inspire us to get out and finish this job. Speaker Mike Johnson. Thank you.
Please welcome the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Mike Johnson.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so great to be here. I got up at 4:45 this morning in D.C. because I am fired up for this race, and I know you are as well. I want to thank Mr. Willis Johnson for what is the coolest barn in America. I've been here before. Thank you, Willis. Thank you to the governor, your amazing senators, your incredible congressional delegation, my friends. We're about to add to that Republican delegation. That's what Matt Van Epps is going to do for us. We're so grateful that you're here and you're supporting him. Listen, this is a race about contrast, okay? Right now, America's seen a split screen. On one side, you have President Trump and the Republican Party delivering on our promises. We secured that border. We're getting the streets safer. We had the biggest tax cuts in U.S. history, eliminating fraud, waste, and abuse, ending wars around the globe through peace, through strength. And on the other side of the screen, you see the Democrats. What have they accomplished in the last 10 months of this new Congress and this new administration? Nothing, except shutting the government down. They're bragging about that. They use troops and hardworking families, hungry families, as their leverage. But we're not having that anymore. Now, I want to tell you, this is not your father's Democratic Party. It's a very different party than it used to be. They are actual Marxists, communists. They just elected their new party leader in New York City, the young, inexperienced Marxist, Zoran Mamdani. And listen, look, we hope he doesn't fail miserably because it's America's largest city, and we all have a lot riding on that. But he's going to, because you know what his policies are. He's for defunding the police. He's for bullying ICE agents. He wants to raise taxes by billions of dollars. Oh, and he's a Hamas sympathizer as well, okay? Well, guess what? All the Democrats endorsed him because that's the party's priorities now. Now, let me tell you something. We don't need that in New York City. We don't need it in Nashville, and we don't need it in Congress. But the lady that's running against this gentleman, Matt Van Epps, she's every bit of that and more. You got a radical on the ballot. We can't hardly believe it. I thought Tennessee was deep red. How did that happen? But you know what her positions are. All those crazy things I just said and more. She brought a transgender clergy member to the legislature. She thinks men can give birth. She wants to defund the police. She said they should burn down police stations. She endorsed all of that. I mean, this is not a game. This is a dangerous far leftist. And she will be a rubber stamp for Hakeem Jeffries and AOC and all the radicals in Congress. My friends, we cannot have it. Now, unlike Matt's opponent, I love Nashville and I love Tennessee, okay? We all do. And we are counting on you to get out. Special elections are a funny thing. Anything can happen. But we're convinced we're going to get this done and keep moving forward. Matt Van Epps is the guy to do that. Now, I'm going to introduce him in just a second. But I wanted to call a friend real quick. I was just talking to him last night. Let me see if I can reach him real quick. Yeah. Just in case. Mr. President, I got a bunch of friends here for you in Nashville, Tennessee.
I'll tell you what, we've done so well in Nashville and Tennessee and the whole area. We won it in last. We have the record vote of all time presidentially, and unfortunately, the second time they rigged the election, but the third time it was too big to rig. So we did very well. But I just want to thank everybody for being there. I hear the crowd is incredible. And in fact, I said, I want to go. And then Secret Service said, it takes a little more time than that, sir. I said, last night, I want to go. I'm going to go. So I just want to thank everybody for the incredible job you've done in Tennessee. And we have a man named Van Epps who's fantastic. He's one of the best. And if you vote for him, it's going to be something, I think it's going to be very, very special. It's going to be very special. He's for everything that we represent. And he's against somebody that you know and you've been watching, and she's getting a lot of publicity because she's got a little something weird, and the televisions are doing whatever they can. But she actually said she's against Christianity, she's against country music, she's totally for transgender for everybody, she's totally for open borders and that mess. And so I just want to tell you, Van Epps is great. You'll never have a candidate that's better. As you know, I endorsed him early and strong. It wasn't like because numerous people fought for the nomination, but I was there at the beginning, and he won handily. He won handily. And he's an outstanding man. He's going to be a great congressman. So I just hope everybody can get out and vote. Yes. You have tremendous people there with you today. I'll tell you what, you have our congressman, you have our governor, you have Joe Gruters, the head of the party itself, and you're just amazing people. And I'll tell you what, our speaker is incredible. He's managing, remember, he's got a majority of three. And there aren't many people can do that, but we have to win the seat. Yes. We've gotten you the largest tax cuts in history, and the new bill, the great big beautiful bill, kicks in, as you know, on January 1st. Hasn't even kicked in yet. And then you have no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. If you borrow money to buy a car, you get a deduction that's never happened before. All these things kick in on January 1st. A lot of people don't know. They said, oh, they already kicked in. I said, no, it doesn't start until January 1st. So that was the first date. I just want to thank everybody. I love Tennessee, one of my all-time favorite places. It just loves me because we won by the biggest margins anybody's ever won by, so that's cool. But if you can go, Matt Van Epps, he's a winner. He's going to be great. Don't let this stuff fool you. The Democrats are spending a fortune. And we don't want people that want to raise your taxes. She wants to raise your taxes on top of everything else. But she said two things above all else that bothered me. Number one, she hates Christianity. Number two, she hates country music. How the hell can you elect a person like that? So I just want to give my total support, and he's had it right from the beginning, to Matt Van Epps. He's going to be a fantastic congressman. He's going to represent you so well, and we'll keep our agenda going. And I'm going to make a call tonight about 7 or 8 o'clock. I'm doing a tele-rally for him tonight. So if anybody wants to listen, basically I'll be saying the same things I just said. He's fantastic, and go get him and get out tomorrow morning, get out and vote. And let's make it a sweeping victory. The whole world is watching Tennessee right now, and they're watching your district. The whole world. It's a big vote. It's going to show something, and it's got to show that the Republican Party is stronger than it's ever been. We have a bigger, stronger party than we've ever had. We have more members of the Republican Party than we've ever had, and we love Tennessee. So get out there and vote and show the world something. The world is watching. Thanks so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, how about that, President of the United States? So I'm going to introduce Matt, but first, I was on the phone with him last night. I said, Mr. President, we're going to spend all day tomorrow in Tennessee. He said, Mike, I want to go with you. I said, sir, I don't think the Secret Service can arrange it that quickly, and we're going to need a much larger venue. But he wanted to be here with you, at least in voice. He's certainly here in heart. We all are, because this candidate is one of the best that has ever run. I'm not kidding, because he has a servant's heart. You know, he's a dedicated husband and father. He's an accomplished statesman in his own right. He's helped run that big government agency that touches all other agencies in Tennessee. The governor trusts him. We all trust him. He's a West Point graduate, a combat veteran. Yeah. He flew helicopters, which is so cool in the logo. No one could do that. And he did that in combat. And he was a lieutenant colonel in the Tennessee Army National Guard. And so he helped fly for Army Special Operations missions. He was an air mission commander. This guy knows how to handle responsibility and do it well. He will be a voice of common sense. Yes. He will be a voice of conviction in the Congress. And he will be a voice that will make Nashville and all of Tennessee very, very proud of who they send to help us save America. Big round of applause for man of the hour coming up, Matt Van Epps. Wow, awesome. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Mr. Speaker, thank you, sir. It's humbling. It's just amazing to have the president on, the speaker here, all of our delegation. It is truly amazing. I'm just so humbled and honored to have all of you here, to have the support that we've had since the primary, to fight for America first, and to carry this forward for our district, our state, and our country. I could not be more proud of all of you, of all of us, this amazing team. And let me start by saying the location we're in today is emblematic of a great American company, a great American family that started in the battlefields of Vietnam. A Vietnam veteran who learned service and sacrifice, who was on the front lines fighting for our freedom. Much like my dad. My dad was a Vietnam veteran. He was an infantryman in Tunnel Rat. He taught my brother and I about faith, family, and freedom. He flew a flag in our yard until the day he died, like the Toby Keith song. Country music, which I love as well. And he did that with our mom. My mom and dad never went to college, but they worked really hard to give my brother and I an opportunity, and we're both West Point graduates because of their work and determination. Thank you. They fought so hard to get into the middle class, to give us an opportunity. They loved education, to give us an opportunity. And that's what we're fighting for today. We're fighting for working families, for farmers, for military and veterans, to make it easier and better for them. And that's what we're going to do when we win decisively tomorrow. Decisively. We are going to win because we have the right solutions, the right plan to address affordability, to drive down costs, to work on healthcare, childcare, housing, and energy, to keep our borders secure, to keep America safe, to back our first responders and law enforcement who are amazing. Yes, please, round of applause for that. That's what we're going to do. That's what the president stands for. That's what the speaker stands for. When we win this tomorrow, because this is our team, we're going to win this together. That's what we are going to stand for and do. And I'm so excited about that. So honored and humbled by that. Because the alternative is absolutely unacceptable, as you've heard today. My opponent wants transgender surgery for minors without parental consent. My opponent wants to defund the police and abolish prisons. That is not what we stand for. That's not what keeps America safe. That's not what keeps our communities safe. My opponent wants new and higher taxes to fund her socialist agenda that will skyrocket our cost of living. We cannot have that. We will not stand for that. We are going to fight against it. We're going to fight for America together. We believe in America first. And that's what we're going to get done. That's what we're going to get done tomorrow. And this is what I need everybody to do. I need everyone, every Republican in the Tennessee 7th Congressional District, everyone that loves America, that loves freedom, to get out and vote tomorrow. We're going to win this because we're going to have a coalition that gets out and win decisively. I want to close with a short story here about what it means from my family's perspective to fight forward, to fight hard to accomplish a mission and an objective, which is what I'm asking everyone to do tomorrow to carry us to victory. My dad, who I mentioned, served in Vietnam as an infantryman and a tunnel rat.
And on a morning in Vietnam, he was on patrol in the back of an armored personnel carrier, and they got a radio call. And that radio call was that their outpost was under attack by the Viet Cong. And they did what every American soldier does. They moved to that location at full speed to protect their buddies, to get into the fight. Along their route of travel, they got ambushed. The Viet Cong fired a rocket-propelled grenade that hit my dad's armored personnel carrier. And by the grace of God that day, that rocket-propelled grenade was an anti-personnel and not anti-armor RPG. So the guys in the back were okay. They towed their vehicle, they loaded into another one, and they continued forward into the fight. Fast forward a few decades, and my brother found himself in Afghanistan with the 101st Airborne Division out of Fort Campbell, training Afghan soldiers in a remote outpost in northeast Afghanistan along the border with Pakistan. Daytime, in a valley surrounded by mountains, and they got ambushed. And the Taliban fired a rocket-propelled grenade that landed 15 feet from my brother. And by the grace of God that day, that RPG was an anti-armor warhead and not anti-personnel. They dove in the back of the MRAP, the modern-day armored personnel carrier, and they took the fight to the enemy, because that's what American soldiers do. About that same time, I found myself in Afghanistan, serving with the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers, out of Fort Campbell. And we were alerted to a high-value target, also in the mountains of northeast Afghanistan. And we planned and we took our ground force into a one-way in and one-way out valley. And when we got called for exfil, we were proceeding into this valley. I was the pilot on the controls in the right seat, night vision goggles, nighttime, and I heard my left door minigunner say RPG left side. And that RPG passed along underneath our helicopter, and it bounced off the aerial refueling probe 10 feet in front of me. And by the grace of God that day, that RPG did not hit the nose on the D-10, so it didn't explode. We destroyed that enemy position, we fought forward, we picked up our ground force, and we completed our mission, because that's what American soldiers do. Thank you. Thank you. We pushed through adversity, we finished the fight. That's what I'm asking Tennesseans and Americans to do tomorrow. We are out front right now, but we want to finish this fight. We want to get this done, to push forward. It doesn't matter if it's bad weather tomorrow. Be safe, but get to the polls. Get to the polls and make your vote count. Every single person in this is a decision about the direction we want to move our country. And we want you to stand with us as we push forward to fight alongside the President and the Speaker to keep America first. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it a whole lot. Thank you. Thank you.